Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. Verse number 3 in Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. So three things that are the qualities of a believer mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that the muttaqi, the one who has taqwa, there are three qualities that stand out the most. Number one is that they believe in the unseen, and that's crucial for you and I. Every single day, we don't know what's there for us. We don't know what is to come. We don't know what tomorrow is going to be like. The fact that the believer or the muttaqi has that trust and reliance on Allah, that in the unseen, that knowledge stays with him. Allah knows best. I trust and I have tawakkul and reliance in Allah. There's a feel-good sense in this ayah that الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. Allah has the knowledge of the unseen and He will take care of and give me the best outcome that is best for me. So that's number one. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. Number two, وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ. So how do you solidify that belief or that attitude of life that you trust in Allah? Well, you have to establish prayers. Quite honestly, brothers and sisters, the one who isn't praying 5 times a day has lost an enormous connection, a huge connection between them and Allah. You'll see that without that connection of prayer, depression, anxiety, stress will always continue to increase and become stronger and take a bigger toll in your life. The little problems will simply become bigger. Why? Because that salah and that prayer, that connection just isn't there. And then you have another category of Muslims that do pray, but the salah doesn't move them, it doesn't encourage them, and it doesn't change them in any way. So you want to be the person that has trust in the unseen, have trust in the knowledge of Allah, and you establish this through prayer that is done with sincerity, with full trust, with full devotion. And finally the verse concludes, وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. And the blessings and the rizq that Allah has given you, you take from that and you give it to others, meaning you provide for your family, you donate wherever you can, you give sadaqah and you give charity, you help the poor, you help the needy, you help the elderly. You basically take the wealth and the strength that Allah gave you and you give back to your community. These are three important prime qualities of a believer. And so I hope and I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us the strength that we can believe in Him and continue to do so, that we continue to establish our prayers and we are consistent in them, and finally with all the blessings and rizq that Allah has blessed us with, that we are able to give back to our communities, to give back to our families, so that bi'idhnillahi ta'ala we fulfill that trust and the amana in our wealth that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.